And we have to start everything from the beginning. No, we're not doing anything. Okay. 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 Sound, is the sound okay? Sound is okay?
Yes, Padre.
Okay, so let us start for the day. Sorry, I've been having some technical problems with this computer. Okay, so we'll start with the homage to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Okay, so good morning, everybody. And today we are going to be beginning with the third of the 4 protective meditations. This meditation subject is called asubha bhavana, the development of, we have the word asubha, which is a negation of the word subha. And subha has the meaning of beautiful or pure. And so asubha is literally non-beautiful or impure, not in a moral sense, but in aesthetic sense. And this is the meditation on the 32 parts of the body. And so sometimes this meditation is also called kaya gata sati, mindfulness directed to the body. And it's one of those meditation subjects that has been highly praised by the Buddha. Okay, so the purpose for which the Buddha taught this meditation subject is intended specifically, or originally intended, for monastics who have undertaken the vow of brahmacharya, the vow of celibacy. And so the purpose, the direct purpose, is to reduce kama raga, that is sensual desire, sensual lust. And specifically, the meditation is intended as the antidote to that major obstacle in the monastic life, which is sexual desire. Because it's part of our instinctive nature. The male desires the female desires the male. And yet when one is living the brahmacharya, the celibate holy life, to succeed in one's endeavor, one has to at least restrain sensual desire and strive to overcome it. And just a few words about the Buddha's view of sexual desire, that Buddhism doesn't regard sexual desire as being inherently evil or sinful. So it's not, sexual desire is not a manifestation of original sin in any way comparable to some of the Christian views of sexual desire. But rather, sexual desire is seen as an expression of craving. So of the 3 types of craving mentioned in the suttas, the first is kama tanha. That's the craving for sensual pleasures. And the most powerful form of sensual craving is sexual desire. And it's this sensual desire, particularly sexual desire, as one of the main forces that maintains the continuity of samsara, the round of birth and death, and thereby becomes a root cause of dukkha, of suffering. And even though the Buddha taught the asubha sanya, the perception of the unattractive nature of the body, originally for monastics, but in Buddhist countries, many lay people periodically practice this meditation because it has the benefit of helping to reduce sensual desire in their everyday life. And particularly, lay people will periodically, usually on the full moon day and the new moon day, they'll observe the 8 precepts, which includes as the 3rd precept, the precept of abstaining from all sexual activity. And during that period, those days, the lay people will go to the temples and the monasteries. And when I was living in Kandy, sometimes we would go to the nearby lodge monastery to do our uposatha, to do the uposatha ritual. And I found at that monastery that the monks were teaching the asubha bhavana to the lay people at lodge. And so lay people also like to practice this meditation. And so how does this meditation work? Well, the reason why, and this is what the Buddha teaches, the reason why sexual desire arises and becomes stronger is because the mind naturally and instinctively focuses upon the perception of the body, the idea of the body, particularly the body of a potential sexual partner, as being beautiful and attractive. And this happens because we grasp upon the outer appearance of the body, the superficial appearance of the body. And we grasp upon it through what the Buddha calls ayoniso manasikara, which means superficial attention or unwise attention or unmethodical attention. But I think superficial attention is good. Ayoniso manasikara. So what we have to do to overcome this craving for sexual enjoyment and to overcome this perception of the body as being beautiful and attractive is to attend to the body with the opposite kind of attention, yoniso manasikara, that is careful attention, thorough attention, methodical attention, wise attention. And this is done by piercing through the superficial appearance of the body as being beautiful and taking the parts of the body and examining the body part by part and seeing how when you take the parts in isolation, they turn out to be not beautiful at all, but rather unattractive, even you could say repulsive. And so when you take the parts individually and find that there's nothing beautiful about them, nothing attractive about them, then you put them all together to make a composite living body. How could that composite be beautiful and attractive? It turns out that if A has the quality of X and B has the quality of X and C has the quality of X, and then you put A, B, C together, in their totality, A, B, C should also have the quality of X. And so if each of the parts of the body turns out to be unattractive, not beautiful, even a bit repulsive, then when you put them all together to form the living body, they should also have that quality of being asubha, unattractive, not beautiful. And so what we're going to do is to do a thorough, careful examination of the parts of the body in order to dispel the perception of the body as being beautiful and attractive. And also this helps not only to reduce desire directed outwardly to the bodies of others, motivated by sexual desire, but when we do this, it also helps to reduce evaluations that we impose upon ourselves based on the way we see our own body. So somebody thinks, in a general opinion, they're considered to be beautiful or handsome. And so based on that, they develop a kind of conceit. Oh, I am beautiful. I am handsome. I am so attractive. But when you look at the body in this systematic, thorough way and see it's just a constellation, a composition of parts, there's no ground for conceit. I am beautiful to take root. And some people maybe who are not so beautiful, and people think, oh, they're ugly, unattractive. And when you look at the body methodically in this way and you see it's just made up of the same parts, the same constituents as everybody else, then that self-condemnation, self-abasement based on one's evaluation of one's body, that gets dispelled. And so the contemplation of the parts of the body helps to reduce excessive concern for one's physical appearance in obsession over one's bodily features. I think we could even see a kind of social significance in this contemplation of the body, which is not mentioned in the ancient texts, but maybe it's implied. Like now, especially in American society today, we have so much conflict and tension and violence over racial discrimination. So the white people think we are white, so we are superior. We have the white supremacists. Black people think black is beautiful, white is bad. Similarly, people with brown skins think the brown is the most beautiful. The Oriental people think the Asian features are the most beautiful. So everybody thinks that their own body is the most beautiful. But when we really look at the body analytically with wise attention, we see that we're all made up of the same constituents. Maybe a little difference in the pigmentation of the skin, some little difference in this feature, that feature, but basically we all have the same constituents, the same bones, the same muscles, the same organs, the same fluids. And so in this way, I would say that the contemplation of the parts of the body can promote human and social solidarity and help to break down these divisive, discriminating ideas. And in this way, even contribute to a kind of metta or loving kindness based on the recognition that we all share the same human nature, the same human physical structures. Okay, so now let us start working through the body.
Bande,
And
would
the
you like to
classical
share
formula
screen with
coming
us?
down from the suttas, well, the suttas has 31 parts, but then the commentaries add one more part to make an even 32 parts. So these
Bande,
are 32
would you like to share screen with
parts
us?
of the body. So now I'm going to go through them. This will be a little exercise or a lesson in anatomy. And if there are any medical doctors or professors of anatomy on this at this retreat, I apologize if I make any mistakes in explaining the parts.
Bande,
Yes?
would you like to share screen with us? Bande, would you like to share screen with us?
Say again?
Would you like to share screen with the
I'm not
audience?
getting the sound. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, now I'm going to share the screen. I'm just getting this file ready. Okay, do you see the screen now?
Yes, Bande.
Okay. Okay, so now we're going to go through the 32 parts, and I have them listed here. Let's first take the list. Yeah, I've divided them into groups the way explained in the Visuddhimagga, though I arranged the group a little bit differently. Okay, so first,
Screen is full. Okay. Let me stop.
I'm not able to get,
Stop the screen. Okay.
okay.
Sure. Okay. Sure. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to share everything. Okay, you see the screen? You
Yes,
see the list of
Bande.
the parts?
Yes, Bande.
Yeah. But I'm not able to move this. Okay, anyway, we can do it anyway. Okay, so now we're going to go through the 32 parts. And while I'm mentioning the parts, you keep on reflecting that these parts are in my body. Okay, so we have first hairs of the head. So people are very concerned whether their hair looks beautiful or not. But the hairs of the head are just hairs growing. You know, if we cut the hair with a scissor and they put the hairs out, say, on the table and look at the hairs, nothing specially beautiful or attractive about them. But when people are going about with their everyday life, they have to have the hair properly coiffured and combed and brushed, made very attractive. And then when the male looks at the female and sees the wavy hair or the nice ponytail or braids, whatever, then it inspires this desire. Then we have hairs of the body, hairs growing on the arms, in men in the chest, pubic hairs, hair on the legs, nails, fingernails and toenails, teeth. When a nice girl flashes a smile, the teeth look so beautiful. I become so enchanted with her smile. Oh, what a beautiful smile and such lovely teeth. But then if the dentist pulls out some of those teeth and puts them on the table and says, would you like to take these home with you as a memento of the girl you're so attracted to? I think, no, I don't want those teeth. They're just so unattractive. So this is the teeth, then the skin, and I wanted to get the close-up image of the skin. I don't know, this computer is really making so much trouble for me. I had it working Friday before I came here. Maybe I need another computer. Can I do this on your computer? Okay. Now, where do I get that?
So you want to find the picture?
Yeah, let's go to the
Maybe,
go to the BAUS website.
Yeah, okay.
Monday or Jason, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, may I make a suggestion? Go back to the directory where you have the files, right mouse click on the file, and then
Okay.
see if you can choose an appropriate application. If not, try
Are they able to
Paint.
see it now? Do you see the screen, my screen?
I do not. I see your application, Picasa Photos. I don't see your full
Okay.
screen.
Okay, we have to. Okay. Do you see it now?
Yes, Monday.
Okay, good.
If you find a picture, right mouse click. Oh, here we see the picture now.
I can't hear what she's saying.
We can see the picture now.
Okay, that's what I want. You can see the picture.
Yes.
Okay, so now this is the skin. How can I go down here? I want to go down.
There is a bar on the right-hand side, all the way to the right-hand side. All the way, yes. You can drag it down that way.
Yeah, but it's not doing anything.
It won't let you. Click on the arrow, see if you can minimize the sidebar.
Okay, so now we see the skin. Okay, so I just want you to get the visual image of what the skin looks like close up. Okay, now we come to the muscles. Okay, so now the next part is the muscles. Next are the sinews. So the sinews include the tendons, which join the bone and the muscle, and the ligaments, which join the bones together. Then comes the bones, the next part are the bones. So get a picture of the skeletal structure. So we have bones, and then the next part we can't see, but that is the bone marrow. And now we come to the internal organs. So we start off with the kidneys. And we have these parts that are arranged in groups. So we have the kidneys. Can you see the kidneys?
Yes, Bande.
Yeah, they're shaped like kidney beans. On both sides, there are two kidneys.
Bande, you can use the left and right arrows to go to the picture you want. You don't need to constantly get out.
Okay, say again.
You maximize the picture like the way you did just before. Could you go into the picture, please?
I can't make out. Okay, say again.
Could you go back into the picture like you did before? Enlarge the picture. Right. Okay, you can see there's a left and right arrow. Yeah, go to full screen. There's a left and right arrow, say 1 of 12.
Yeah.
Yes, use the arrows to go to the next picture. It'll be faster this way.
I see. Okay, I see. Okay. So now, yeah, but the parts that I want are not in the order of the pictures that are here. So I have to go
Just
out.
use the arrows a few more times, you'll get to the picture you want.
No, it does. It's better that I look at the whole, because I have them labeled on my notes. I think we're losing too much time on this. Yeah, it's just not working. So I'm just going to go through the meditation, and you are already familiar with most of the parts. It's good to see them, but it's taking too much time. And so we'll just go directly into the meditation. Okay, so let us take our sitting position. Yeah, you take this. Okay, first, just settle into the felt sense of the body. Yeah, I'm sorry for all of this delay that's been taking place, but just my computer has been giving problem after problem this morning. Okay, settle into the felt sense of the body. Settle the mind down on the breath. And now we're going to be going through the parts of the body in groups. And you'll see the way I do it is to go, usually the groups have 5 or 6 items. And we take it first in direct order from the first to the last in the group, then back from the last to the beginning, then from the beginning to the last, and then on to the next group. And in this way, we go up and down through the 32 parts. So get the felt sense of the body. And then we contemplate, examine this body from the top of the head down to the soles of the feet, from the soles of the feet up to the top of the head. And we reflect, and I'm going to pause after each part. And when I pause, you do the reflection, that particular constituent is in this body, my own body. In this body, there are hairs of the head, hairs of the body, hairs under the arms, chest hairs, pubic hairs, hairs on the legs. There's nails, fingernails, toenails. There are teeth, 2 rows of teeth. And there is skin, skin. The whole body is enveloped by layers of skin. In this body, there is skin, skin. Teeth, teeth, 2 rows of teeth. nails, fingernails, toenails, hairs of the body, hairs of the body. Hairs of the head, hairs of the head. In this body, there are hairs of the head, hairs of the body, nails, fingernails and toenails, teeth, teeth, skin, skin covering the entire body. Now we move to the next group. In this body, there is muscle, muscle, muscles extending through the face, neck, arms, torso, pelvic region, the legs, all the ways down to the feet and toes. So in this body, there's muscle, muscles. Sinews, sinews, tough kind of tissue joining the muscles and the bones to each other. So sinews, sinews. Bones, bones. The skull and the entire skeletal structure. A kind of scaffolding of bones. And inside the bones, there's bone marrow, bone marrow. There's bone marrow, bones, sinews, sinews, and a plastering of muscles, muscles, fleshy muscles, and muscles, sinews binding the skeletal structure and the muscles together. Bones, bones, bone marrow, bone marrow. Okay, now we're going to go into the internal organs. And if anything, any of the organs are unclear to you, don't worry about it. Just some organs will be clearer to some people, other organs to other people. But initially, we just try to cover all of them. Okay, so in this body, there are kidneys, kidneys, 2 kidneys, shaped like beans. There is the heart, heart constantly beating with the different chambers of the heart. There is the liver, liver, large organ to the right, below the rib cage. There is the diaphragm, separating the upper part of the chest from the abdomen. Diaphragm, diaphragm. Spleen, spleen. And lungs, lungs, a pair of lungs, constantly expanding and contracting, lungs. Then we move back, lungs, lungs, spleen, spleen, diaphragm, diaphragm, liver, liver, heart, heart, kidneys, kidneys, and back and forward order, kidneys, kidneys, heart, heart, liver, liver, diaphragm, diaphragm, spleen, spleen, lungs, lungs, all those organs present in this body. Now we move to the next group. In this body, there are the intestines, large intestine or colon, small intestines, small intestines, There is mesentery, tough tissue that holds the intestines in place. There is the stomach, there are feces accumulating in the rectum, feces. And the brain. There is the brain, feces, accumulating feces, stomach, mesentery, binding the intestines in place. Small intestines. And the large intestine. In this body, there's the large intestine, the small intestine, coiled up in the belly, mesentery, stomach, feces, and brain. Now we come to the fluids of the body. In this body, there is bile, kind of greenish enzyme produced in the liver that helps with the digestion of fats. So there is bile, phlegm, phlegm, pus, pus, produced when there is some injury to the body. Blood, blood permeating the entire body. Sweat, sweat, and fat, fat, and fatty oils. Then we go backwards. Fat and fatty oils. Sweat, sweat, blood, blood, throughout the whole body, blood, blood. Pus, pus, phlegm, phlegm, bile, bile, in this body there is bile, bile, phlegm, phlegm, pus, pus, blood, blood, sweat, sweat, fat and fatty oils, Then the next group. In this body, there are tears, tears in the eye ducts. There is grease over the skin, skin grease, skin grease. There is saliva, saliva. There is nasal mucus, nasal mucus. There is fluid of the joints, fluid of the joints that enables us to bend and stretch the limbs. And there is urine, urine. In this body, there is urine. Fluid of the joints. Nasal mucus, nasal mucus. Saliva, saliva. Skin grease, skin grease. Tears, tears. There's tears. Skin grease. Saliva. Nasal mucus. Fluid of the joints. And urine. All in this body. So now we look back at the body from the top of the head to the soles of the feet, from the soles of the feet up to the top of the head, bounded by skin. And within this body, we find these 32 constituents. Okay, we're going to do another cycle. And we don't have the time now for the walking, for the 10-minute walking, but just to relax the body, to get the body limber. Let's just do like a 2-minute break to do some bending and stretching exercises. And then we'll come back and sit and do another round of the contemplation of the 32 parts. And so you could stand when you're ready. Can you do sit-ups? Oh, well, Jason is very good. Okay. Okay, we can resume our seats. And you're hearing me okay? My voice is coming through okay?
Yes, Monday.
Okay. So again, take the congenial meditation posture. and settle into the felt sense of the body. My voice is coming through okay?
Yes, Monday.
Okay, now we're going to again move through the 32 parts. And again, if certain parts are not so clear to you, don't worry about it. But we just go through all 32 parts, and some will be clear, others will not be clear. If you want to do this as a regular part of your practice, you could go online and look just for anatomical diagrams, and you'll find many which will show the different parts of the body, the different organs. Okay, so let us start. We're examining this body. We're examining our own body from the top of the head to the soles of the feet, from the soles of the feet up to the top of the head, bounded by skin. And in this body, there are hairs of the head, hairs of the head, always growing and falling out, and new hairs coming in. There are body hairs, body hairs. There are nails, fingernails, and toenails. There's teeth, 2 rows of teeth. And there is skin, skin. There's skin, the covering of skin, multi-layered skin. There's teeth, teeth. There are nails, toenails, and fingernails. There's hairs of the body. And hairs of the head. There's hairs of the head hairs of the body, nails, fingernails and toenails, teeth, and skin, the covering of skin. Next, we pierce beneath the skin, and there are muscles, fleshy muscles. Extending all the ways from the head down to the feet, the whole body consisting of muscles. There are sinews binding and holding the framework of the body together. Sinews. There's bones, the skull, the neck bone, the spine, the whole complex skeletal structure of the body. Bones. And inside the bones, there's bone marrow. Bone marrow, bones, sinews, muscles, fleshy muscles. In this body, there are muscles, sinews, bones, bone marrow, now we go to the organs. In this body, there are kidneys, the two kidneys in a pair. Shaped like beans. A heart, the ever-beating heart. liver, liver, the diaphragm, separating chest and abdomen, tough muscle, tough type of tissue. So diaphragm, spleen, spleen, and lungs, lungs, the pair of lungs. There's lungs, spleen, diaphragm, liver, heart, kidneys, kidneys. There are kidneys, heart, liver, diaphragm, spleen, lungs, all within this body. And in this body, there are the intestines, large intestine, small intestine, coiled up in the abdomen, mesentery, stomach, feces accumulating in the rectum, feces, and brain. Brain, feces, stomach, mesentery, small intestine, and large intestine, there is the large intestine, small intestine, mesentery, stomach, feces, and brain, all within this body. Now for the fluids. In this body there is bile, phlegm, pus, blood, blood pervading the whole body, sweat, fat and fatty oils, fat, sweat, blood, pus, phlegm, and bile, bile, phlegm, pus, blood, sweat, fat and fatty oils, all included in this body. In this body, there are tears, there's grease of the skin, layer of oil covering the skin. Saliva, nasal mucus, fluid of the joints, and urine. And urine, fluid of the joints, nasal mucus, saliva, grease of the skin, and tears. Tears, grease of the skin, saliva, nasal mucus, fluid of the joints, urine, all within this body. And so we review this body from the top of the head down to the soles of the feet, from the soles of the feet up to the top of the head, bounded by skin. And we see that the body is composed of these 32 inherently unattractive, unbeautiful components. And then I like to end the session on the parts of the body by reflecting that this body is subject to old age, to aging. It has not escaped old age, moving towards old age. This body is subject to illness. It is not immune to illness. This body is subject to death. It cannot escape death. Such is the nature of this body. Okay, now you could take a few deep mindful breaths, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And you can open the eyes and then give yourself the little massage and stimulate the circulation. And then we will take, let's see, it's 10:16 now. So let's come back at 10:35 for the next session.
有容你在吗？有容你在吗？有容，
我在。
你发出一个声音，我试一下长老的耳机，我帮他把声音调。
Testing, 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 testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, 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 testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, 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 testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing.
可以，应该可以啊，耳机很大声吗？
我觉得他可能带不进去。
有了，他有试着带，只是没声音。好，可以，谢谢。
Jason， 什么事？
有容你在吗？我在。你发出一个声音，我试一下长老的耳机。
好 ，testing, testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, 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 testing.
有容，
Testing 1, 2, 3.
有容，我凯蒂。
是的。
那个，你可以先把 YouTube stop， 然后你再 make a post 后，因为这样子会有 20 minutes。